My name is Caitlin Hart. Today I am here in the East Idaho News studio with Adrian Mitma and Christina Mitma Mamono. They are the siblings of 34-year-old Megan Stedman. Megan was found dead inside of an RV in Idaho Falls on January 12th, and 42-year-old Chris Brandon Foyles has been indicted for her murder. This is the first time you guys are going on camera talking about this, right?
No, we've had a few articles, but first time like talking about it in this process. It's a process.
So I kind of just want to talk about, you guys first. So many people are thinking about you guys and praying for your family. How are you guys doing throughout the process so far?
I think day by day, like Black Elk, he had a saying, like every step on the sacred earth is a prayer. So I just try to think of that as I move through the days, because some days are harder than others, or sometimes in the day are harder. But we're really thankful for all the love and support. Like we have local businesses supporting us. The bar that she likes to sing karaoke at, they're like doing a whole fundraiser for the whole month of February for her kids. Like that's all going to her kids. So, I mean, the love's been astounding, and the support. And even in Idaho Falls, when we fly here, this is our second time, we've been really supported through the whole process. So.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's just kind of everybody's been overwhelmingly supportive. In the beginning, it was really rough to have that much support. It's kind of bearing down, but slowly it's kind of just become easier as you get through and know that support's there and talk to everybody.
A little less overwhelming, probably.
Yeah, and just planning our memorial is
a lot of work.
A lot of work, and takes a lot of just willpower to go through all of her pictures from when she was a baby to this point, growing up.
I can imagine. So I do obviously want to talk about what happened, but first I want to talk about Megan, and I want to talk about who she was as a person. So I know she was a mother of two, and she was from Spokane. You guys told me she was originally born in Cheyenne, but what can you tell me about what she was like? Who was she as a person?
Go ahead.
No, she was amazing. For me, if I needed to smile, I go to her. Like, hey Megan, I need you to come have some drinks with me, or just come hang out, go for a hike, or whatever you want to do. I need your smile. I need your hug. And her hug was unique. Everybody knows a Megan hug, if you ask anybody. And it's tough, but she was pretty amazing with helping out everybody. I volunteered with her at the Crossroads in Spokane, which was the youth homeless, and she got me into that before COVID hit. And so it was nice to see what she was doing on sometimes, and I know that Christina got her into DJing a little bit. And,
she worked at the radio station, just doing some work behind the scenes at the radio station KYRS in Spokane. And she also worked with the elderly. Like that was one of her first jobs, like doing recreational activities for the elderly in a senior home with my mom, because my mom was a nurse. And I don't know, she's just really caring and compassionate. And as I've gone through the journey, and like all her little besties, we all work together to help find her. And just I can see like her light illuminating through them and their stories. So I'm like proud of her for just being the compassionate person and fun and caring. And she'd always like go the extra mile to make like a food buffet for her friends. And she'd even have like a cute little menu that she would draw on a whiteboard, like about the options available. And then she'd have like small containers. Like she had like a potato bar one time, and it was like mashed potatoes, but then like there was like gravy and like just little toppings all along the way. Like she'd have fun doing that with her kids, like to bring the joy. And then we'd sing karaoke or just play. Yeah, she was always about having a good time. So
she
we'll
sounds
miss
like
her.
The life of the party.
Yeah, she is the life of the town.
For sure.
Yeah.
Like I don't sing karaoke, but she's like, you're singing before you leave.
Yeah. You're gonna do one
right,
song
bring
or
a
two
song
songs. Yeah.
Just her who she was. Would get you to do things you wouldn't normally do. Get out of your box.
Out of your shell a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So what was she? I know that she has two kids. What was she like as a mother?
Oh, she was really committed to them. They had two parents, so she would juggle between their schedules, but she always wanted to be available. And they loved her. They adored her because she was really warm. She has a great warm personality. Like I remember there was somebody in Montana, like when we took her missing posters around, they're like, yeah, she used to come in here and I wanted to be friends with her. And that's what people say when they first see her. So like she was the kind of same mother. she was always there. She's super open and inclusive. Like, she really cared about her children's journey, not the like bumps along the way, but like the journey of where they're going, and she really wanted the best for them. And so, like, I don't know, like I sense that urgency from her, like, just make sure you take care of my kids. You know, I feel like she didn't mean to go. She fought till the end, gave it her best. But like, one reason she did that was because of her kids and us, because she wanted to achieve all her dreams. So that's what she was working for.
So when she did go missing, how did you guys find out that no one had seen her since the 15th of December?
So I had talked to her like recently right before then, and then her friends, Ellie was the last person to talk to her and knew that she was going to tell knew that she was trying to end it with Chris Foyles. So, and then nobody had heard from her then, and then we all collaborated and tried to see who talked to her last, and then we just, once we knew, we just had to do a lot of footwork to try to, like, when a person goes through a missing case person, the person's just missing. So there's no like criminal activity, so it's like such a process. The police aren't going to go look for it like it's a criminal case.
Right.
So we have to establish enough evidence to show that it's beyond just a missing persons case, which makes it really hard because, I mean, if a family doesn't have resources or access to resources or time, I mean, those first days are really critical. So as soon as we learned, we all got in our cars and showed up and tried to figure out, you know, course of action and posting everything and getting attention. Like, we had a team, like some people were posting and sending stuff on the virtual world, and then some people were doing it like physically, and then some people contacted like news stations to try to create some momentum. So that actually really helped us. I don't think without the news stories, I don't think we would have found her as quickly. And we were worried that we might not find her because there's a lot of women that are missing, but we were able to find her. And that's really sad how we found her, but I don't know, I just think about all those families too. So.
Right. Well, I do kind of want to touch on, you know, and validate the fact that the work that you guys did really contributed 100% to finding her, because the way she was found was a citizen in Idaho Falls noticed the RV in Idaho Falls from the missing persons poster and called the police department and said, hey, I think this might be the missing van from Bozeman. So at what point did you guys find out that that the RV at least might have been found?
January 12th.
On that same day?
Yeah, it was about 5 o'clock for us by the time we got it. People on Facebook just messaging, you know, we found your RV, here it is.
Yeah, the funny thing is the virtual is faster than the police world. Like, yeah. So like it's almost like watching the Super Bowl before, you know, the ending before the final ending. Mm-hmm. But the police departments, they've been good and they've been diligent about trying to like make sure we have updated news before public does. But you can't control everything.
Right. So did you guys know, or have you met Chris before this happened?
No, I mean, briefly. It was last year, Father's Day. We had a Golden Corral like get together in the morning for breakfast. I paid for everybody. They came in kind of late as everybody was kind of leaving, so we had like maybe a 5-minute interaction. But even then, he was still kind of off guard. We didn't have a chance to really get to know him or meet him at all, and that was the only time that I ever met him.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, so how long had they been together before? Because I know that other news stations have reported that he was her estranged boyfriend, but that's kind of a vague term, and so I kind of wanted to ask what you guys know about that.
I mean, he was her like new boyfriend at that time, and she seemed like she was excited just to travel and explore the world. Like, she never had left the family nest before, so like this was kind of her like big leave. And you know, she's younger, so like sometimes I feel like she had to prove to us that she could do it by herself.
And she's the youngest.
Yeah, so she's like, I got this.
Yeah.
I got an RV. My boyfriend's gonna help fix it. We're gonna go. They're gonna make it to Colorado, and then I'll live near my daughter because her daughter's father has custody of her during the school year, but she wanted to be closer.
Okay.
So, but yeah, it just took a nightmare of a turn. So.
Right. So she left Spokane in the RV with Chris
Mm-hmm.
and got to Bozeman.
Yeah.
And then that is where the last time anyone had seen or heard from her.
Yeah, she was in Livingston, so I think she might have left from her friend in Newport, and then like she went to Livingston that broke down there, the RV.
Okay.
So she got a job. She worked at the town and pump there.
Okay.
She was super proud. She sent me a picture. She's like, I got a job. I'm like, sweet. And she's like, I'm looking for another one. And I think she had fun, like just having new adventures and like seeing the mountains and feeling the wind on her cheeks because, you know, it was her adventure. So like, she was ready. She
Right.
wanted to do new things. But yeah, I mean, housing's hard. Like, you know, I think if she could have went to Spokane directly to Colorado and got an apartment for, you know, $1,500 a month, but they're like $2,600, you know.
Right.
So I think that's why people are moving towards RVs, just because of the expense. Like the long term is they can stay in an RV and save money instead of paying a landlord. But then I don't think people know all the nuances and danger that are involved in the RV world. So
Right. So I guess, let me see. So had Megan ever been to Idaho Falls before?
no.
No?
Not that we're aware of.
Okay. Do you have any idea why they might have stopped here? Because from what I have heard and read in police reports is they stopped at the Walmart here on Utah and parked in the Walmart on Utah. But do you guys have any indication why they would have stopped here?
I don't think, I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of details that are unresolved, and so we're just trying to be patient with those. But I don't feel like she led the trip here. I feel like it was him trying to escape from the police in Montana. And I think he just took back roads, like from Montana, Bozeman, up to here.
Okay.
And it just became a matter of convenience.
Why
And-
was he trying to escape the police in Bozeman? If you know.
I mean, I think because he had created. I mean, I think there was already tension. I don't think she ever chose to be with him.
Okay.
Like she would never leave with somebody that's dangerous. And in fact, she was trying to tell him they were over, according to her friends, so she could move on with her life. And I think that was the last conversation that
Yeah, as
she
far as
had
Chris
articulated.
leaving Montana, it's just more probably his criminal record and history. He has a criminal history in Washington State also, and then he moved to Montana and started to create havoc near Bozeman area, where he became known by the police in the community in a negative way. So I think him just leaving Montana was his ultimate goal there.
Okay. And you kind of alluded to when you first met him that it didn't feel totally comfortable around him. Is there anything you guys kind of picked up on, like red flags or anything, where you kind of started to really worry during the time she was missing?
But she didn't say, you know, we usually just text her, hey, Merry Christmas, or call her, say Merry Christmas, and sometimes she's doing something, doesn't get back to us right away, just like people get busy. No problem, not a big deal. For her friends that talk to her every single day, and they're like, hey, this isn't normal, they gave us a call and say, hey, this is what's going on, we reported missing. At that point, I got on my phone and checked the phone logs, because she's on my phone plan, so I could check phone, text, and everything else that's going on. And she hadn't sent anything since the 15th.
Okay.
And no text message, no data usage, nothing from her phone. And that's when it became just very serious. So we started calling police. I was in Vegas at the time, flew home, and then drove straight out to Bozeman as I got off the plane.
I can't imagine.
Start the search to see where she was.
I can't imagine how difficult that must have been.
Yeah, and for her kids, like she would never not call them or never not post something for them.
Yeah.
And then it was Christmas, and then New Year's, and then her daughter's birthday. So, like each time, like it just hit harder. And it's all a process, but it's, you know, you go through stages of denial. Like, is this really happening? And then you're like, okay, I'm in it, but I don't know what's happening.
Right.
And then you have to eventually accept it, you know. So that's the hard part. And so, yeah, we're just in the motion stage, I feel like, still.
Just kind of
Still,
autopilot.
Still up to
Yeah.
a point, it was just like, oh, maybe she just lost her phone, she can't get to a place or something like that. They're out, broken out in the wilderness. There's a lot of factors we tried to put denial on. Like, she's still with us, she just kind of stuck somewhere. She kind of called for help. Both of them just kind of traveling, but as dates went past, it became more worrisome.
Mm-hmm.
What was it like when you found out what happened, and who told you?
My sister called me. I was actually in Post Falls, just at a gas station getting gas, and sister called me and said, check the news right now, check the news, which was Idaho news. And when I saw the RV, even though it was painted, I knew that was it. Heart sank, just kind of broken. Couldn't think. Stayed at the gas station trying to reach the detectives. I called a few times. Couldn't get back to me about anything, and so probably about 9 o'clock they said, "Hey, we'll have the detectives give you a call. They're going through a lot right now. Bozeman police are down here as well." And I think I was pretty far from home. It was pretty difficult to even drive home. It's more just like a tunnel vision. I needed to get near family.
Yeah, we all went to my mom's house. Even her friends came, and then we all were just going through the process. But it was hard because nothing could be like officially confirmed till later. So, like you still try to like pretend it's not your sister. Like, oh, it just says there's a body in the RV. Like,
Right.
it's not Megan. Like she's doing something else. But I mean, it's a process. So. But then we just, we all are working together, so that's healing. And then, and also like, she's pretty popular, so there's even like mini celebrations before our celebration. And at first I was like, oh, I wish they would wait. But then I was like, you know what, she's just too big. She's bigger than all of us. And so everybody has their own healing journey, and everybody should celebrate her in the way that they would want to honor her. So like, we're happy that she has that,
I really love that you guys are focusing on celebrating her, instead of what people often do is just they mourn together, but that's a different way of mourning.
Mm-hmm.
So I do have another question that we've been getting a lot is on the poster, the missing poster for your sister. It said that she may have had her dog with her, and a lot of people are asking what happened to her dog. Do we know where the dog is?
No.
Okay, the dog was never found.
No, and they didn't find any evidence of the dog when her body was there. So
Interesting.
we're not sure. Like, we kind of have like, oh, maybe we'll find it, or it's been a while.
Said that he didn't like the dog, so as soon as probably got rid of it as fast as possible.
Okay.
What he did with it, we have no idea.
Oh, that's.
So I mean, hopefully Callie's still out there, and we can get her. But
That is horrible. What kind of dog was Callie?
She was a brindle pit bull with a white chest.
Okay.
Yeah. She's pretty loyal to Megan, so I can't imagine, the difficulty with that. So, but I mean, we've opened up a lot of new pages, so we just kind of are floating down this river of. It's not easy, but it's not over.
Right.
So, and then I think like we're just trying to find some closure and then some space where people can heal and be together. And then, I think when we did like a little prayer ceremony, it wasn't like a huge ceremony, but one of the elders who prayed said that she wanted everybody to maintain like a certain level of joy every day, or like to have something that's joyful every day. It's okay to grieve, but like she was really a joyful person. So like we try to remember that as we go through the day, and then also like being kind to people, because that was her sparkle. She was shimmer and shine. That's what we said. And so we just try to carry that with us, because she would do the same for us. So
That's so amazing.
yeah.
I do want to ask. I know that in the police reports it says that Chris did admit to killing Megan, and he said in his initial appearance that he has no intent of going to trial, but he did plead not guilty last week. What do you guys think of that situation? Is there anything, if you could say anything to him, what would you say?
I don't really have words for him because I don't feel like he has emotions. So I have more words for my sister and our family and our kids to keep going. And I feel like the process of court is just a process, so it's procedural. And he made choices to be there. So we want justice served. So
Is there anything you'd want to say to your sister?
we love you.
Yeah, just love you. We'll just kind of carry on what she used to do all the time, which was a lot of food.
Food, joy, and
Yeah, it's food and happiness all the time.
help our kids reach their goals. And
Yeah.
we'll never forget her, you know. We'll carry her torch forward. I feel like she's never one to like disappear, you know, like she'll keep guiding us, I think.
Well, thank you guys so much for coming in and talking about your sister and how amazing she was. And I hope that everything continues to go smoothly in the process and that you guys are able to heal. And an article will be up on eastidahonews.com. Thanks for watching.